There are times where I wish politics was more than what it currently is. Right now, it just sort of seems like it's a rivalry between separate interests. And I wonder if it would be at all possible to find common interests. I think some people don't really believe there is such a thing as a universally common interest. Of course, I as a Christian would believe that common interest is God and seeking Him through virtue and through knowledge of Him. But because America doesn't, I've heard one of my friends who I respect, J.P. Malone, he kind of seems to think the whole point of democracy is just kind of an endless battle of opinions. Some opinions win out temporarily, others win out, or others lose temporarily and then eventually win. But that's the whole point of democracy, that it's kind of I would call it a plurality of opinions, a pluralism in a way, where it's never the desire of this kind of democracy to ever have an opinion win out, I guess you could say. Just an endless battle of temporal victories is kind of the highest point of intellectual engagement that this kind of democracy could hope for. But to me, this seems like politics could go deeper than this. I mean, don't we all want ultimately what is good for everyone, if there is such a thing? Which I would affirm there is such a thing, that there's a way in which everybody's needs and desires could be mutually taken care of through the virtue of love and the golden rule. It's kind of weird to say, but I would almost prefer an America that made a decision, even if its decision were atheism. I want America to decide on an intellectual, philosophical, ethical stance on life, so that we can have some kind of guideline for determining our decisions and all of that. Even if it were atheism, which that gets into a whole other discussion of whether or not atheism is plausible as an ethical system. But that's what I mean. I don't like the idea of democracy being that the end goal is, we're just going to continue fighting on our opinions. That's the whole point of it. There's no opinion should ever want to win out. But to me, the whole point of having an opinion is you want it to win out, basically. Not necessarily in a selfish way, but if your opinion believes that love is universal and that through love and seeking God that mankind can be in peace with one another, then you want that to win out. You don't want to just merely fight for that. You want to actually have that opinion prevail as the ideal of democracy. So to me, that seems like a stronger argument than just, we're just going to continue fighting without any chance of there being a prevailing opinion in the end. So yeah, that's kind of my challenge to pluralists, slash atheists, slash agnostics, slash political contributors. This is my challenge to them to maybe take the political discussion toward a new direction where we can perhaps see an opinion prevail in the United States.